Hey guys, welcome back. So since I haven't had a chance to post the last few weeks, I made sure to film, honestly, one of the best full lower body workouts I have done in a minute. You all know I don't normally target everything in one session, but I knew I wouldn't be able to make it to my ham glute session this week, so I went ahead and switched up my programming and split to this killer full lower body workout that's going to target your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings. So if you've been looking for an intense lower body workout that will check all the bases, this workout's for you. So as you see, first up, we're doing barbell back squats. High bar, low bar, do whatever you're comfortable with. I do low bar, and you're going to do 5 reps of 1.25 rep squats for 3 sets. I did do 2 warm-up sets prior to these to prime and to work up to my working weight. So just make sure you're doing the same as well and making sure you're warming up to that working weight. That extra quarter rep is really going to challenge your strength and also increase your time under tension and the hardest part of the squat. So do not be fooled. It may look easy, but they definitely are not.
I shouldn't be standing with a heart that's so heavy. I shouldn't be up with all the weight that I carry. Don't know if it's right, but I'm sticking with you. You're my only vice, I'm dependent on you.
Next up is one of my favorite RDL variations, and that is incorporating a long resistance band into the movement, so that way we get to work our glutes not only in the lengthened position, which is standard for RDL, but we get to work them now in the shortened position as well, because we do have that band pulling at the hips. So here I am using a barbell for 3 sets of 8 reps, and since we do have that band resisting against us, you want to thrust and squeeze your glutes as you come up, almost as if you were doing a hip thrust standing up. Now, please be cautious to not overextend your hips forward and cause any hyperextension of the lower spine. You can see when I come up, I am so forcefully, but my hips are staying in line when I reach the top. So this exercise variation works best with a thick, heavy resistance band, just so that it's challenging enough. And depending on how your gym is set up, you can either place the band more in line with your hips, or you can have it how I do. I've personally set it up both ways and I don't notice a difference, but some do prefer one over the other. So just mess around with it and see what works best for you. Moving right along, we're doing a glute focused superset, starting off with kickstand hip thrust for 3 sets of 10 reps per leg. I am using a dumbbell, but you can also use a kettlebell, or an easy curl bar works really well for these as well. It's just an awkward setup in general, so you gotta kind of just feel it out for yourself and find what works best for you and is what is most comfortable. What I found works best is to hold the dumbbell straight up on the working leg and allow it to move with you. So as I come down, it kind of falls back with me, and as I thrust up, it moves up. But again, it's all going to be trial and error, so just mess around with it. And you also want to make sure that that non-working side is just there for some light support, and you're not allowing it to kind of take over the movement at all. You still want that working leg to take a majority of the work.
For the wicked, I know this shit too well. I talk, you don't listen, still I'm under your spell.
And once I finished those, I immediately got into side lying straight leg raises for 20 reps per side. And I just like to pump these out and keep the tension on the abductors constant. Now this bench was a little bit short, so it was kind of hard to get comfortably situated on it, but I made it work. So make sure you have that heel up and toes pointing down when moving through your reps to get your glute in the most optimal position for this exercise. And trust me, you will feel it if your setup is correct. These guys are sneaky burners, that is for sure.
I think I'm addicted to feeling bad as hell. I can just let you go. You're the one I wait for, even though I hate. Every time you leave me to my fate. You're the one I'll stay for, though I wanna go. Find somebody better.
Next up, we got this superset starting off with walking lunges. I opted for a wide stride here and held a dumbbell, but you can use whatever you'd like. Just keep in mind whatever you use will be incorporated on the second part of the superset. And I did 15 reps for these in total per set. So just lunge around your gym back and forth wherever you can till you hit 15 reps.
Better for my soul, better for my soul, yeah. Better for my soul. Find somebody better, better for my soul. You're the one I'll stay for, though I wanna go. Find somebody better. you put me first, baby. When you used to call me just to say that you miss me. Don't know how we got here, but I blame you. And I blame myself just for sticking with you. Love's for the wicked, I know this too well. I talk, you don't listen, still I'm under your spell.
And once you finish the lunges, you will then take that same weight that you used and get into heel elevated narrow stance squats for 12 reps. These reps are meant to be constant tension to keep that intensity high, so pump them out as best as you can. Now, a tip for these is to have your toes slightly pointed out and drive your knees out as you go down so that they stay in line with your toes. And the extra heel elevation will allow us to get further quad extension, so it's really gonna fire up those quads and also make it easier to sink deeper in our squat while maintaining an upright torso.
I think I'm addicted to feeling bad as hell. I can just let you go. You're the one I wait for, even though I hate every time you leave me to my face.
Next up, we got some isolation work for the quads and hams with this superset. So first up, we got the good old trusty leg extensions. We got just 2 sets of these for 12 to 15 reps. So I want you to do your first set and then increase your weight and really push yourself on that second set.
You're the one I'll stay for, though I wanna go. Find somebody better for my soul. Better for my soul, yeah, better for my soul. Find somebody better for my soul. You're the one I'll stay for, though I wanna go. Find somebody better for my soul.
We find down with the Merlot. You know I'm on the line with the sun low. You already know the vibes when I pull up on you. Been looking at the sign like a horoscope. You say you wanna leave, but I know you don't.
Once you finish with the extensions, you will then move over to hamstring curls. Lying or seated, whatever your gym has is fine, and do 12 to 15 of these as well with the same increase in weight situation as the first exercise.
Talking about you wanna freeze what we got going on, but I'm seeing through the screen what's really going on. I know how you feel, I just need you to wait on me. I wanna do less of this latency. I wanna do less of that wait and see. When I get back to the city, I hate to leave. I know it's step being away from me. Till I put it down, feel like synergy. Swear that your body the remedy. And you won't find nobody that's not me as real as me. Just to infinity.
And lastly, I ended with 2 sets of seated hip abductions with a forward lean for 20 reps per set, and that was the entire workout. It's definitely designed to challenge you, but in the best way possible, and you just feel so damn good after you're done. I'm sure we can all relate to that feeling. So if you enjoyed this workout, give it a try. Let me know how it goes in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.
You won't find nobody better. To infinity.